Hello, welcome back to my channel. And today I'm here with Gilly, and we're going to be discussing episode 2 of The Mandalorian. Not spoilers, no spoilers on this stream, but we are going to do a spoiler stream later in the week, hopefully. But I personally, I would say I loved this episode. I'm fully on board with the show. What do you think, Gilly?
I gotta admit that.
Oh, here we go.
I gotta admit that the first episode, it took me to a land far, far away, and I enjoying something that felt like Star Wars. It totally did. So for me, I'm like, okay, how's this jump gonna be from episode 1 to episode 2? And I gotta say that I was thoroughly pleased with episode 2. I thought it was engaging. I thought they had a certain sequence for me that showcased a lot of grit, and at the same time can prove that the Mandalorian has the teeth to be something fierce for Star Wars.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought it was excellent, and I mean, I think the shorter length lends itself to. I think the pacing of the second episode was a little bit better. It was a little tighter. A lot of people are complaining about that it was too short. It didn't really bother me, honestly, because there was a lot of action in this one episode. You know, the whole thing. Whole thing with the Jawas, and then at the end there, that was all really, really good, well shot, well executed action, and it had humor in it too, and it was just really, really well, and it really showcased the character a lot more. And I mean, essentially, it was a continuation of the first episode. It was kind of like a serialized, kind of like you could watch the first, second episode in one sitting, and it's kind of a cohesive story. Because at the end of this episode, that story of him on where he is right now kind of ends. So from the next episode, it should be in a different location and whatnot. So
yeah, I'm kind of curious to see where they go with this particular storyline. I understand that I was also not happy with the fact that it was a little bit shorter. And this is not much of a spoiler, but this is just pretty much if you just go on Google and you just apply runtime, it's you're not getting anything that's a spoiler here. But when I found out that it was a 30-minute episode, I'm like, why are you condensing the experience? It's just me as a natural person who enjoyed the first one, even though it was a bit slow. I mean, I understand we're building the aura of the story. We're putting the Legos together. We're setting it up. We got something that's going to be pretty complex. It's going to be attuned with the Star Wars universe. So it's like, they don't want to rush that. Now, going into the second episode and being that it's a bit shorter, I am going to admit that the pacing was a bit was a bit more snappy. And I feel that it didn't hurt the story. But I'm kind of wondering, like, could this have connected into the first episode to make like one big grand first episode? And
you might be right about that. Potentially, they didn't have to edit this down to two separate episodes.
Yeah,
they could have edited this episode into the first part, and it would have flowed pretty well, I think.
I think because the way the pacing in the first episode, it was kind of like, it had its beats, but they're still establishing, the world. They're still establishing, that this is still connected to Star Wars, but it's still a little bit different, a little bit more, going back to a little bit of the gritty, bone matter of what Star Wars is. Mm-hmm. And the way kind of the first episode end on kind of like not a cliffhanger, but it's like, hold up, I feel like there's still more. And then when you go into the second episode, you could have been like, yeah, I see how this actually still could have been interconnected and not necessarily needed to be chopped off and chunked into another episode. But again, now if at the end of the season of Mandalorian, if we have, I don't know, let's just say X amount of episodes, you can be like, okay, yeah, I see what they're doing there. They really could have just put that into the first one, or they're really, stretching it out, but still keeping it within its own. But like, would that kind of be filler-ish material, even though it's entertaining and engrossing, but it's still kind of, coattailing off of what, how the first one ended, because it's still kind of segmented where it's connected. But I don't know. That's the only way to tell that is at the end of the first season. Or you could be like, oh, it's this amount of episodes per season. And is that going to be bona fide?
We can't really know at the moment until the show ends. So
yeah.
But I was very happy with it. I thought it got a great action. It was just really worked well. Unsurprisingly, I just saw right before the stream. I was searching through YouTube, and apparently SJWs and feminists hate the show. Well, that's more reason to like it then, as far as I'm concerned.
They really hate the show? That's the stuff they're saying? Why do they hate the show?
Yeah, they're hating the show. They're hating on the show because I read an article. I tweeted about it earlier today. Some woman has an issue. There's not enough women on the show so far. I'm like, what do you want? You have Rey. You have 2 movies with Rey. You have women.
I don't concern myself with that. I mean, this is the problem with the state of affairs. And while you just want to see a woman, I mean, what does that do for you as far as it's the story? There's more to go. It's only the second episode.
And there's going to be...
You don't judge anything by the first freaking episode.
We know
wait for everything to come back.
Yeah, exactly. We know there's going to be a prominent female character because she has her own action figure for crying.
Hello, but these feminists don't see that or don't understand that. I think her name's Cara Jade or something like that.
Yeah.
Exactly. I don't know nothing about her, but
figure, okay. So we know she's going to be a big deal on the show. So
yeah, I don't know if I'm going to buy the action figure, but if I like the character, I'm going to buy the action figure.
Exactly.
There's no doubt.
I feel the same way. If I like the character, I'll buy the figure. But these feminists are like they just jumped the shark, and like this feminist was writing an article about it. The Mandalorian chick that melted down the bar for him in the first episode, and he put it.
Did they miss that one?
No. She mentioned that character, but she counted the number of lines the character had, and like used that as a complaint against the show.
No, this character had too much. I can't do this. This is too much. This is too much. This is where you're you're messing with creative freedoms right here.
Yeah.
I'm well in my right as a creator, and this is not where the Mandalorian is going. But I'm just saying, if I want to make a story and not have a female in there for whatever reason, just because how my story or in the beginning of my story, like we're nitpicking the nitpicking, and it's I can't even do it.
Yeah,
I got no energy for this.
And apparently, like SJWs have a problem with Baby Yoda. Like, how could you have a problem with Baby Yoda? What is wrong with you? That's like hating puppies. What?
Why? Because it's not a female Yoda?
I don't know. It could be for all we know. We don't know.
Yeah, we don't. I mean, it's still... I don't know if you could would need to be dressed in pink to show it's a girl, but
exactly. I don't know what they want.
Right? Like, I don't know.
I don't know, but apparently, yeah, people have a problem with Baby Yoda. I'm like, what? Like, these people find any reason to be offended. They actively search for offense, getting offended by things. They look for it. It's just insane. They suck the joy out of everything, dude. They suck the joy out of everything. So of course they hate the Mandalorian. If we like it and it's popular among regular Star Wars fans, then they must hate it.
Yeah, but she doesn't speak for all women. This is just her viewpoint.
No, she doesn't.
I mean, I'm sure there's other female Star Wars fans that maybe enjoy the Mandalorian. Am I going to care to search out that opinion because one person is making a case that there's not enough representation? I mean, come on now. I mean, really, I can't. Where's the Asian Star Wars character?
Where's the Asian Star Wars character? Where's the Puerto Rican Star Wars character? Yeah. Speaking of that,
where's the Black Star Wars character? Like, you focus on women, or like now, like we're missing the point of enjoying a story that's set to be in a universe far, far away. Don't project today's societal, absurd notions of representation or identity politics within this, because they're two different things. And you already have the Rise of Skywalker. Is that not enough for you?
Yes, apparently, it's not enough for
Jesus
them.
H. Christ, people just need to just chill out.
Yeah, they really do. But yeah, so that, I mean, I love the show, and I'm looking forward to. I don't know when the next episode is. I don't know if it's going to be tomorrow or Friday. I don't know if they're going to have 2 episodes a week because they did that last week. I'm so confused. I don't know.
Yeah, it was like Tuesday then Friday, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. Let's just see. I mean, just keep them coming. I definitely enjoy the show. I love what I'm seeing so far. I just hope that it leaves us in a way where we're good. And I kind of want to see from Disney, like when the Mandalorian cuts off, and I know it's going to be a year before we get our next season. That's going to be a long wait. Like if this Obi-Wan Kenobi show turns out to be something good.
I'm looking forward to that show too, actually. So
I don't know the timeline where that's going to be. I don't know nothing about that.
Oh, I know. Like, I can tell you if you want.
What's that?
It's set, after episode 3, but before episode 4. So during the time when he's on Tatooine.
Oh, yeah. So there's a lot of time. There's like 30-year gap in there.
Exactly.
So that's cool. Now here, my whole thing is, and again, hoping Obi-Wan is a great show, but they definitely need to do a Star Wars show that takes place like 2,000 years before this, or 1,000 years, something that's just its own unique thing. I don't know. I think we have to get there. Or maybe even 1,000 years eventually from where Rise of Skywalker ends, or maybe 500 years, or even 100 years after, or even 50 years, just something far removed where we're still seeing the same threats, or where we're still seeing, a residual effect of like the Jedi and the Sith, and just where we can, still explore this universe, but in a way that's not tainted by the politics that's been.
There were rumors that they were going to do a Knights of the Old Republic show or movies, but I don't know where that is right now. Kathleen Kennedy said something about that, and Lord and Miller from Game of Thrones were supposed to be working on that, but they left to do a show, something on Netflix. So it's kind of all up in the air right now. I guess we're just waiting to find out more information about that, but
just don't screw it up, man. That's all I'm saying. Just don't, because my joy now is just hanging on to the what I remember and what I enjoy of Star Wars, and just holding on to that and trying to preserve that, because the newer Star Wars movies are just bad. It was like I was literally at Target today, and now I'm kind of like just keeping an eye on like the Star Wars Black Series figures. I'm getting my collector groove back in, and it was a sale. I think usually the figures are like $19.99. In Target, they had a sale. I think it was like $13.99 or something like that, or $14.99, $5 off, not a big deal. But I'm like, let me see what they got. And they were on episode, I think, 7 figures. I don't want nothing to do with episode 7. Nothing to do. It was so bad that I love the Stormtrooper getup just because I love it. But it's the First Order Stormtrooper, and for me, the First Order, they're like a clown show compared to like the Empire.
Galactic Empire.
So like I don't even want a First Order Stormtrooper. I just don't even want to look at it, and it looks cool, but it's like I want nothing to do. I want like the traditional Stormtrooper,
Yeah.
I don't want no recollection of episodes. I don't want nothing to do with it. So I'm like, and they had 2 of the Stormtrooper figures, but I'm just like, First Order Stormtrooper.
No thanks.
Not interested. I don't want no tie anything to that. So my thing is now I'm just enjoying collecting the ones from the older series.
Yeah, those are the ones that I'm sticking to.
Yeah,
and I bought the game characters like the second sister.
I have to get those 2. That's a definite.
The second sister, she's so cool, and then she's an awesome character. I can't wait to see more of her in the game when you encounter her again. It's going to be really cool, I think.
No more.
Yeah, you need to play. You need to play more.
I gotta catch up to you.
Yeah, well, I haven't encountered it yet, but you need to play more of the game so we can do a video about the game.
Yes.
Impressions, whatnot.
For sure.
But on that note, this was a short stream because Gilly needs to play more of the game, so he needs to do that. Yeah. But we will be doing a spoiler video on the second episode of The Mandalorian. Maybe tomorrow, maybe not. I don't know. Definitely by Thursday, though.
Yeah, for sure. Ron will let me know. We'll definitely get it cracking. Thursday, the latest, will definitely be, so we can get ready for the Friday if they unveil a new episode.
True. All right, folks, that was it for today. This is a short one, but a good one, I think. And we will see you guys later. Bye-bye.
Later.